K here, and let's get into the Week 4 matchup versus the Detroit Lions. It is a very tough task because we have to deal with Golden Tate, Gunslinger Stafford, Megatron, but our team is stacked as well, as we have the all-pro offense with Aaron Rodgers, Julian Edelman, Jordy Nelson, and Eddie Lacy in the backfield, and of course the defense led by me, Clinton Dix, Clay Matthews, and AJ Hawk. But now let's get to the Week 4 matchup. Detroit definitely had its hands full because our team always flew around the ball. 3rd inches, he converted, I got the tackle. But that was one of the very few plays they had success on. Stafford getting pass rush. He breaks the tackle, and I'm there to light the man up and force the fumble. They did recover, but you already know the man was jittery after that hit. That hit would have made Sean Taylor proud. But anyways, it's 3rd and 23 after back-to-back sacks, and here comes the third as I come off the right tackle and I drill Stafford in the chest and make it in 4th and 30 and add a sack to the stat sheet. But all game, I sprinted around the field trying to make plays, lighting up the running back or receiver, you name it. Detroit in hurry-up offense with 2 minutes before the half. I'm running the cover 3. I see you, Megatron, and I jump up and I get the interception as I pick off the all-pro receiver. I break a tackle, but eventually Megatron tackles me from behind. That was a clutch play to hold momentum in our favor. I am finally coming into my own, and finally teams are giving me the recognition I deserve. 2nd and 13, up by 17 points in the 3rd quarter. We see the corner route and great double team to help make the incompletion. But the defense was not the only ones lighting up the field. The offense scored 24 points into the 3rd, and it was 1st and 10, and I split through the A-gap, and I got another sack on Stafford. I'm turning into one of the most diverse players in the league. But after they moved the chains, we stalled them at a 3rd and 2, and we see the power run, and I'm there to make the tackle for loss and force them punt the ball. Our offense got us another field goal, so it's now 27-0 in the 3rd quarter. They throw it to the flats, and we're here to jump all over Megatron and light the man up, which forced another punt. First play of the 4th quarter. Dropping back. We see the slant route, but I highlight Megatron, and I don't really pay attention to Golden Tate. I gave up the catch, but I made the tackle. Eventually, they drove down the field, and they finally scored a touchdown. There was a little miscommunication on that play. Halfway through the 4th quarter, the score is 27-7. We see the drag route, and I'm there to help make the tackle and bring the boomstick. They made a long pass, which resulted in the touchdown to make it a one-possession game. But in the end, the offense ruled, as Aaron Rodgers got us another touchdown, and then defensively we pick off Stafford with 44 seconds left to seal the game. Coach then decides to put me in as a gunner in the special teams, and let's make it worth it. Pursuing the carrier, and bow! Huge hit, letting Detroit know they will not get any plays easy. In the end, we outscored Detroit 42-21, and I had 9 tackles, 3 sacks, and an interception. And with that performance, I earned Defensive Player of the Week in the NFC. But next, we have to verse NFC Powerhouse, Seattle Seahawks in Seattle. Let's get to the game. This is going to be an exciting game. The matchup, the rivalry, Seahawks versus the Green Bay Packers. But it does not start in our favor as our offense turns the ball over in 17 seconds and Seattle is given the ball in the red zone. They hand it off to the weak side and Marshawn Lynch fights but only gets 1 yard out of the play. 2nd and 9. Run up the middle again, but this time Marshawn fights all the way up to the 1 yard line. So we need to make sure we get a stop. But they sub me out. So Seattle scores a touchdown. But Green Bay answers right back with a touchdown. That is a Super Bowl offense right there. So now we have to make stops, and we do just that as I light up Marshawn Lynch on the halfback draw. 2nd and 9. Man in motion, we think it's going to be a run to the power side, and it is, and Marshawn, you cannot pass me, and I light him up, and it's a tackle for loss. That makes it 3rd and 10. Matched up one-on-one versus a receiver. Playing great coverage, double team. Russell Wilson has nowhere to go, and he throws it on the comeback route, but the cornerback is right there to make the interception, and that gives us the ball on the 9-yard line. So we have all the momentum in Seattle right now, and we need to make sure we get it before the crowd gets in the game. And out comes A-Rod. Hopefully this man can get something done. He does not. He turns the ball over. I don't know what's happening. But regardless, it's 1st and 10. We're running a cover 3. We see the corner route, and Russell Wilson gets sacked. Thornton with the play. 2nd and 17. Halfback draw, and I'm there to make the stuff, and they get only about 3 or 4 yards, making it a 3rd and long. 3rd and 14, so we're gonna come with pressure. I fake the zone, and I come with the blitz. Russell Wilson tries to escape, and I tackle him low, and I get the sack, putting Seattle back on their own 2-yard line. That was clutch, as we need to silence the Seattle crowd early to make sure we win this game, because they're a huge, huge factor. We are now in the 2nd quarter, as both teams have not been able to score offensively since early on in the game. 1st and 10. I'm playing a cover 1. Russell Wilson takes himself, and he gets swallowed up by the lineman. And after a 5-yard run, it is 3rd and 7. Russell Wilson dropping back. He's throwing, and he throws it to the dig route, and I'm there to make the huge hit. I could not jar the ball loose, so that is a 1st down. Second and 6 after a 4-yard run by Marshawn Lynch. Dropping back into cover 3. He throws it on a curl route, and he gets the reception, so they continue to move the chains. This is not good. 2nd and 13 after a run stop. Trying to switch up the coverage. Staying in the middle, playing the quarterback spot. He throws it deep, and overthrown. Great double coverage by the secondary. So that makes it 3rd and 13. No one's open. Russell Wilson decides to scramble himself, and he slides after getting met by a defender. So they have to punt the ball, but still no one is scoring. Seattle on the 20 after the touchback. They fooled me with the run, and that was all my fault. They got me with the play-action corner route, and that gave up about 56 yards. That made me look horrible. That was all my bad. Now let's see if we can make a stop. Seattle in the I formation. Handoff to Jeremy Hill, who runs it up for about 10 or 11 yards. This is not good. 2nd and 9 after a 1-yard stuff. Handoff, and I was trying to get that huge hit, but I was just not able to make it there in time. Another handoff, but this time to the outside, and Marshawn Lynch fights and gets the 2-yard line, but there is a flag. And it looks like AJ Hawk got called for unnecessary roughness. And after they sub me out and Seattle scores, why won't you leave me in to try to help make those stops on 3rd down? And to make matters worse, the offense turns the ball over in 22 seconds. This is not looking good at all. I matched up one-on-one versus the tight end. Great coverage, but no one covered the wideout, and he also scores a touchdown. But thank God, finally our offense got us a score. It's now 10-21, but still, we need to do something as time expires. I see the run, I shoot up the gap, and I make the tackle on Marshawn Lynch for no gain. So finally, we get a little mojo on our side. 2nd and 10 after the run stop. Russell Wilson in shotgun. He's dropping back. It's a slant route, so I'm covering to the outside. Russell Wilson decides to take himself, but I'm right here, and I light him up after he slides. I'm not letting this man get any free yards without a little punishment, so it is now 3rd and 6. Empty backfield. He throws it on a dig route, and the receiver makes a spectacular one-handed grab. Honestly, I thought that catch was pretty lucky, but there's no going back. It's still 1st down. Russell Wilson has nowhere to go, and he gets brought down after scrambling for about 2 yards. And after a tackle for loss, it's 3rd and 11. So finally, we're getting something going. I'm in a cover 1, covering the middle of the field, and he throws it deep, and it is out of bounds. So we get the ball back, and Aaron Rodgers got us a touchdown, but no extra point. So it's now 16-21, and it is 2nd and 9 after a 1-yard run stop. Handoff once again to Marshawn Lynch, and this man will not go down and battles forward for 7 yards. So it is 3rd and short. We need to get a stop to win this game. They're running in a power offense formation, and we make the stop. So it's 4th down, and we get the ball back, and Aaron Rodgers gets us a touchdown. So it's now 22-21. Now let's see if we can ride this momentum wave. Split back, shotgun, and Russell Wilson goes down. Woods with the sack. 2nd and 19. Empty backfield. Cover 1. Russell Wilson takes himself. And you're not escaping me, man. And I make the tackle, but he does tumble forward for about 11 yards. 3rd and 8. We need a stop now. Let's see what we can get done. Dropping back into coverage. And the drag route is open, and the receiver makes the 1st down. We need to stall them. This time, Seattle running with the trips formation. I'm playing great coverage. I see the comeback route, and I'm there to make the interception. And I refuse to get brought down, but eventually, after help from a teammate, I get tackled. But that is a big play alert, making an interception in the 4th quarter in a close game. But Seattle gets the ball back with 1:51 after we could not score. We're going to pressure Russell, but he scrambles up for a good gain. 2nd and 15 after a penalty. Playing the cover 3, I read the dig route, but it's a screen pass, and Marshawn Lynch fights for about 11 yards and picks up the 1st down. 1 minute and 25 left. We have to do something. Russell Wilson gets swallowed by the defensive lineman. 2nd and 18 after a sack. Russell Wilson is like a running back out there. He takes himself, gets about 5 yards, but it is now 3rd and 13, and he goes with the curl route and overthrows it. Sam Shields almost got the interception. 4th and 13 with 1 minute left. This is the game right here. And once again, the pass rush is too much for Russell Wilson to handle, and he gets sacked, and that is game after our offense runs out the clock. But Green Bay gets revenge on Seattle for that heartbreaking loss last year in the playoffs, and Green Bay wins 22-21 in a close one. That really was a nail-biter. But Green Bay and us are still undefeated, and hopefully we can keep this streak. But now let's take a look at the stats. Aaron Rodgers, 300 passing yards, 75 completion rating, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. That's not bad considering we're playing in Seattle. I had 9 tackles, 2 tackles for losses, a sack, and a pick for 8 yards, which helped us win the game. But thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for my next player career. And by the way, of course, follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I'm out.